navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Good morning to you. Thank you so much for watching UBC TV, always here to inspire you. And if you started the show with us, thank you so much for being on the show. If you are just joining in, you're welcome. This is Good Morning Uganda, and my name is Julie Nantaba Mosesi. Now, early this year, during the PDM tours, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni visited the sub-region of Busoga to assess the progress of PDM. This trip in January also earned Busoga journalists a jackpot when the president gifted them a minibus and 100 million Uganda shillings for their circle. He visited the region in May, again in Buyende, as he celebrated Honorable Minister Babidye Mili Babalanda's Thanksgiving, but also the most recent visit, that was 5th to 7th August, was on the fishing community matters as well as sugarcane growers matters. And today we are focusing and throwing lens on the matter of the fishing communities as well as the sugarcane growers. And to do that with us is the Assistant RCC of Jinja City South Division, that is Ninsima Gachabayo. So stick around. 0709-602-592 is the WhatsApp number for you to engage and be a part of the conversation. Good morning, Ninsima Gachabayo.
A very good morning to you, my sister Judy, and to our viewers wherever you are. I greet you in the name of our Lord, Jesus Christ.
All right.
The Savior. Yes, I congratulate everybody who has got something good this morning, but also pass my condolences and sympathies to those who have challenges and those who have lost their dear ones.
Right.
Permit me to pass my condolences to the business community of this country, the people of Kanungu and the Chijezi sub-region, for the huge loss of our businessman called Musinguzi Garuga. Yeah, so I pass my condolences and sympathies to all of you. But one day, Nelson Mandela, the late president of South Africa, once quoted about death, and said death is something inevitable, but when a man does what he considers to be the best to his people and his country, there is no doubt that person's soul rests in peace. I am borrowing the late Mandela's quotation or quotes to those who have lost their dear ones and they have done something great to their people and their country, that their souls rest in peace. I wish you a best discussion.
Right, always a pleasure having you on board. And let's start off with why it was very important that the president had to visit the fishing community as well as the sugarcane growers community.
Yeah, thank you very much, Judy, and all our viewers. First of all, I want to thank the president, His Excellency, the president of this country, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for this great visit to our sub-region, Busoga sub-region. It is true, the president was in our sub-region from 5th, that was a Tuesday last week, 6th and 7th. And majorly when he came on 5th, he held a meeting, which I can term it as a baraza at Jinja State House Lodge. And majorly he met the fishing community from 60 districts, not only Busoga sub-region, but those from 60 districts, and the number was ranging to 700 people, where he discussed, where he listened, where he had a huge discussion with this community. Remember, the fishing community has always been having challenges, and some of them which he listened to and gave his advice. So we want to thank him. He advised them of making circles, and he pledged to press in 1 billion shillings to each of them. Those from Lake Choga, Lake Albert, Lake Victoria, those fishing community. And I remember in a meeting they also raised about the issues of that there is a section of them where the army was harassing them somewhere, but he agreed with them that the army is doing a great job on the lake, and those from Buvuma, I think, and the other of Karangara, where they said that there are other external forces that come and take away their boats, take away their fish. So he said no, there should be an established surveillance police and the army to encounter that. But it was a good, huge discussion that entirely touched on the challenges of the fishing community. So we want to thank the President for that timely, well-deserving engagement with our people, the fishing community. Because the people in Usoga have been always putting it to our offices every now and then, that they have problems on the lake. But now when His Excellency the President came, at least we have now the solution, and we want to thank the President for that timely visit.
With the challenges indeed you've said that have been reported over time, and with a few of the commitments you've shared, like the funding of the circle, as well as the establishment of a surveillance police force for the fishermen, what other commitments, if you are free to share, were dealt with, were talked about by the President to the fishing community?
Yeah, you see, the fishing community has always had a number of challenges, like you have, like I've raised them, especially on control and management of the sector, because the common people, abantu ba bulido, that's what they call in Rusoga, that abantu ba bulido have been facing the challenges, especially those who don't have the standard required boats and nets at the lake, and how do they perfect their work. So all these were discussed, and they were given a lot of time, because I remember the President gave them like 6 hours listening to them. You see, in Uganda we are very blessed to have a listening president. He's the only president I've seen in the region and at the whole continent that listens to Omuntu Wabulido. So he listened to those people, almost 6 hours listening and jotting down their challenges. So when he responded, indeed, the fishing people went back home smiling, that all their challenges have been tackled about.
Right.
Yes.
Now, how does his visit actually address all the ongoing challenges faced by the fishing community? Couldn't he, don't you think they could have been perhaps solved even without his presence there? How does his visit, what does it mean for his visit to be there physically, and how does it address all these challenges?
The President is the head of state.
Right.
My sister and the viewers, you know it very well. So all these challenges that the fishing community have been facing or raising, so I believe them discussing one-on-one, having that baraza with the head of state brought a smiling face to their communities. So that's why we are thankful for the President's visit, that his visit was timely and well-deserving. Yes. And he did not talk to the fishing community of only Busoga sub-region, but all the other 60 districts I've mentioned about, where the representatives were in the State Lodge in Jinja.
Right. Did he address the issue of illegal fishing or even illegal licenses?
Absolutely, all of those, the illegal fishing, the illegal licenses, and all the other challenges were talked about, because we had even the enforcement, the fishing enforcement, the protection unit of the fishing enforcement, and all the other stakeholders. So it was more of a baraza and a discussion on how best can we uplift and enhance the fishing sector.
All right.
Yes.
0709-602-592. It's a WhatsApp number that you can engage and share your opinion or your question to Assistant RCC Jinja City South Division, that is Nisima Gachibayo, as we look at the President's recent visit to Busoga sub-region and what it means for the fishing community as well as sugarcane growers. Let's look at the sugarcane growers and the issues they've faced, such as price instability and market access. Was it addressed by the President?
Yeah, like I told you, my sister, that the President's visit started on 5th. That is last week on Tuesday. And on 5th, he addressed the issues of the fishing community.
Right.
And then on 6th, he went to Mayuge district in Chiterera. That is where he met the sugarcane growers and the millers. Now, here he also had a fruitful baraza with the community and the sugarcane growers. And they told him, or they narrated all their challenges. So I remember in 2021, when the President was visiting the same region, he noted of various challenges that this the sugarcane community was facing, the sugarcane growers and the millers, including them not having their sugarcane factory as the Mayuge people. So the President now came back to respond to all of these and also listen to them, where they mentioned about, of course, the sugarcane factory, which he addressed. He said the Mayuge people approached him and they were selling a sugarcane factory, where he asked them whether government can buy it for them, and they welcomed the idea. They said, yes, Muzei, we can, that factory can be of useful to us. He also talked about they talked about the deductions, the 5% deductions, where that deduction has always been taken away by the factories. Somebody has his or her sugarcane, has brought it to the factory, and then find they are deducting the 5%, that it is trash, that it is not clean. And yet these people have been saying, no, for us, ebikado biaife. We have always been bringing them in a clean way. They have been clean. Right. So he addressed that, and he made an order that it should stop immediately, the deduction of the 5% from the sugarcane. So yes, he also talked about the law, the Sugarcane Amendment Act that he recently signed in May, that this is going to address all their problems by setting up a council, a sugarcane council. And these are the own people from Busoga who will be on that council. I remember him asking the Minister of Trade, Mwebesa, about the names that had I think not been submitted for the consideration of the council, but that same is going to be addressed even as we talk now on this very Monday. So the President's visit to Busoga sub-region was of a great importance. Challenges were addressed. The President talked about, he advised them that growing sugarcane requires huge land, but those with small land can embark to his continued message of engaging in agriculture with the Chibaro. That is on the small land. But his discussion and engagement of Omuntu Wabulido was of a great important. So I want to thank His Excellency the President. We want to thank the Office of the President for this organized visit. We want to thank the Presidential Press Unit and Haji Farouk Chirunda with the team that really thought it important to organize this visit.
Right.
So for us in Busoga, we say we are very happy for the President's visit, and like we have always said, we thank you, but we still need more of your discussions, engagements, and visit as the head of state.
Right. Now, the RCC or RDC's office is one known to represent the president in an area. What actions or what role is your office taking on after that discussion from now moving forward?
Yeah, of course, as representatives of the president, we have always been engaging these communities, and it is upon those reports that the head of state thought it important to come and engage with the community after we had reported in our monthly reports to the office of the president that Busoga sub-region, the fishing community, this is what they are stating. The sugarcane growers and millers, this is what they are facing. So the president's visit came majorly to respond to our reports as the office of the president, as the RCCs in Jinja City, that we have always been writing about these reports as RDCs in Busoga sub-region. So that for us, we are thankful of the same.
Right. Reading a comment from Omugaga Saurembo in Abweru, and you answer, you say mbuza lwaki PDM abantu bebusoga nga abamuteepu mwaba waku ssente musosola muwaba NRM bokka abanupu lwaki temubawa ku PDM. In other words, simply translated as why PDM money in Busoga sub-region is one that is discriminative in nature, given that it's easy to give NRM people, supporters, PDM benefits, but leave out NUP supporters from the PDM benefits. What would you answer?
I want to thank my brother,
Saurembo.
Mugaga. Saurembo, I want to thank you for your comment, but it's not true that the parish development model money in Busoga sub-region discriminates. It's not true. This is a government program through the Ministry of Local Government to enhance our livelihood, the livelihood of our people. And we have monitored in Jinja as my area of jurisdiction. People have testified that they have benefited from this PDM program.
Right.
And those who have not yet got, they are being worked on, and the names were submitted, the lists were scrutinized, and we believe they are getting as soon as possible this money.
Right.
Yes, because it came as a MasterCard program to enhance the livelihood of Omuntu Wabulido, the common person down there. So, Saurembo, I think that's not true. Maybe you can enhance your intelligence to see that these people have really gained from the PDM money.
Right, let's look at the community. How have they responded? Are they positive? Have they been given some bit of hope? Are they skeptical? Are they ready to take action? What's the response on ground from that visit?
You see, people were very happy. Like I've told you, to see the head of state and engaging them, discussing with them the challenges, and also him advising them on what to do, especially the fishing community and the sugarcane growers. So the masses have spoken it already, that when the president mentioned about the 1 billion, when they make up circles and he puts there the 1 billion, it will make them prosper or move beyond this, because really their business, the fishing sector, has been facing a lot of challenges. But we are very happy for the president's visit, and we know that these challenges are going to be worked on.
Right.
And they have already even started as we talk now. So they have already appreciated the visit, because I heard the other day the Basoga saying that mwina kuwa guowa, meaning he who gives you is the one you give in return. So they have already testified that in 2026, there is no doubt they are going to give the NRM votes. They are going to vote for President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and all the other leaders of the NRM. So it is on record. That's what I had to get also from what they were saying the other day.
Right. As we begin to bring this conversation to a close, you still have a short window to just small window to just share your opinion or ask your question to the Assistant RCC of Ginger City South Division as we look at what the visit of the President to that region in this month, earlier on in this month, means especially to the fishing community and sugarcane growers community. Based on this visit, what would be your parting shots to the people of Busoga?
Yeah, the people of Busoga region and all the other sectors that the President met, I want first of all appreciate your turn up. That because I saw the numbers were very many in Ginger State Lodge, close to 700 people, and in Chitereria the other day in Mayuge, there were also very many. I want to thank you for that turn up and the discussion between you and the head of state, which was timely and well deserving. But also I want to appeal to you that whatever you discussed with the President, make sure it is fulfilled, especially when he talks about empowering, giving the 1 billion shillings to the circles of the fishing community. Please use that money for the intended purpose. Don't misuse it, because for us we are going to be monitoring as one of our roles as the RDCs, as the RCCs, to ensure that whatever was discussed is put to the desired use. And those of the sugarcane also make sure that when this factory, when this sugarcane plant is bought by government, use it to the desired goal. Don't misuse it. Don't I mean, use the management for your personal gains, but make sure you really enhance your standards of living. That is what I can really appeal to our people.
Right.
Once everything is being fulfilled. But I want to thank you for welcoming our President. I want to thank you for that great momentum. As usual, we shall always be writing reports and requesting him, like I said, that we thanked him for the visit, but we still say we need more of the discussions and the barazas with the head of state. I wish you a blessed day, all. Musengwa abenimwe.
Indeed, this conversation comes to a close, but a couple of comments have just come through as we are saying our parting shots, and maybe let me just read them. Perhaps if time allows us, Ninsima will speak into them. Good morning, UBC. My name is Sasi Alan. We thank the government for interventions like the PDM and injecting money into circles. What is government's plan on fish farming? Is there a specific plan for the entity? Is there an answer for that?
Yeah, you see, when the President visited, talked to the fishing community in Ginger, all these ones were talked about.
Right.
And him advising them to make circles where he's going to give 1 billion Uganda shillings. I think this is a solution to the fishing community. Yes.
And somebody else comes through and says, all right, that Busoga needs only one solution, uprooting the sugarcane. Otherwise, Busoga will remain poor for the next 2,000 years. Hey, thanks for the program. Those who refuse, who have no IDs, are the ones who say that NRM members are the beneficiaries, but the government has tried to improve on every Ugandan. Amanyire Philip, and an aspirant LC3 councillor for West Chivito Town Council, Bunyangabu District. And here is Madame Esther Abenacho, and she asks, why is it that our roads are so bad? All right. we'll leave it at that. Somebody else just says hello. Thank you so much for being on the show. Would you want to speak into Abenacho's?
No, there's this one who said that Usoga needs, I think...
to uproot the sugarcane.
Yeah, the law is already in place now. The sugarcane amendment law act is now in place. And the other day, the president spoke about it while in Mayuge. So I think this law is now going to revamp the lost glory of the sugarcane community.
Right.
And those are now going to smile. Yes, my sister Esther Abenacho, about the roads. Government through Ministry of Works and Transport has always given priorities to these roads, especially the bad ones. But also don't forget that there's the 1 billion shillings that is being put on every local government, on every district for the roads maintenance. So you need also to make sure that you go there, ask for what this 1 billion has done, especially what we call the accountability, because it is your duty for you to see that the taxpayers' money is fully utilized.
All right. Thank you very much, RCC, Assistant RCC Nisima Gachivayo, who is the Assistant RCC of Jinja City South Division. Thank you so much for being on the show. Good Morning Uganda definitely does continue. We have JMU Tourism Express, we have the agenda, we have sports, and of course we also have JMU Extra as always. So stick around and save the number 0709 602592 to be a part of the show. Good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
This August, East Africa becomes the center of African football. CHAN 2024 is here, and it's bigger than ever. 3 proud nations, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, united by football, passion, and power. From the first whistle to the final roar, 35 thrilling matches, live on UBC TV and radio stations. Wherever you are in Uganda, from the city to the village, UBC brings CHAN 2024 to your screen and your radio. August 2nd to August 30th, it's football like never before. 1 tournament, 1 region, 1 heartbeat. CHAN 2024, live on UBC. Feel the game, live the glory.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Juko.
Yo.
Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I
I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko, I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better.
PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Brought to you by Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
What an amazing place to be this morning. To you that has been walking this journey with us, thank you. It's been a week dedicated to our Muslim brothers and sisters. The first episode was just about the history of Gaddafi Mosque and going through Ramadan, the Ramadan period itself. And when we got to the second episode, it was talking about the cultures and tradition and the history, diving more into it, especially relating to tourism about this particular mosque. And today, being our climax, we are also shooting at the rooftop of Gaddafi Mosque, which has the most beautiful views. And here you get to see the 7 hills of Kampala. I don't want to spoil for you, but stick with us to get to know more about these hills and what is there for you to see on top of Gaddafi Mosque. My name is Zakia Lucky. Welcome to the GMU Tourism Express. We are at a strategic location where you get to see the 7 hills of Kampala, and with me is again Muhammad, who has been exhausting religious tourism with us, especially in the Islam tradition. He's going to be introducing himself to you and telling us more about these hills.
Yeah, so viewers, once again, you are most welcome. Right here we are at the top of our mosque, from where we can have a more defined view of Kampala, more especially the 7 traditional hills which make the city of Kampala, or where Kampala originally began. So these sites, one of them is right here where we are, or the Kampala Hill. It's in the center of the city, and this is where the colonial activities began. So Kampala of today began from here and spread to different directions. And from here you can also be able to see the other 6 hills of Kampala. From this hill, we have another hill called Mengo. Mengo is in the south of Kampala, from where we are standing. And Mengo is where you find the palace for the king of Uganda. So that hill is one of the 7 traditional hills where Kampala began due to the presence of the Buganda Administration Center.
Okay.
Then another hill is called Lubaga. Lubaga is also in the south of Kampala, where you can see the twin towers.
Yes.
Those twin towers is the church, which was built in the early 20th century by the missionaries who came here to preach Christianity. So when those people came here, they were accommodated to that hill by the king of Uganda, and they began to preach within the boundaries of Uganda. Then they didn't come alone, they came with another group of Anglicans who were also settled on another hill called Namirembe. So that brown dome is the top of a church,
Yes.
which was started around 1919 by the missionaries who came to preach Christianity and they also began from Buganda. So after the unification, all those activities began to spread beyond the boundaries of Buganda. So the presence of the two churches on top of a hill make those sites to be among the 7 traditional hills of Kampala. Now, still in the south of Kampala, we have another hill called Kibuli. Kibuli is one of the 7 traditional hills. Why? When the Arabs came here, while here, they managed to attract some locals because of their tradition of praying. And some people were convinced and voluntarily chose to become Muslims. So among those pioneers were some members of the Buganda royal family. So after converting to Islam, these people, some of them were not as interested in the traditional religion practiced here by the locals. So after converting to Islam, they chose to relocate from the Buganda Palace and went and established their mosque on top of that hill. So that's where today you find one of the old mosques in Kampala. Yeah. Then another hill is called Nakasero. That area where you see the towering buildings. That area became more administrative after the colonial activities were relocated from here and established their offices on that site. So that's where today you find the Parliament of Uganda, the ministries and embassies, 5-star hotels, post office, the High Court of Uganda, all located to that part of Kampala, including the Presidential Lodge. Yeah, like today, you can see the white building.
Yes.
That is a hotel, and is a recent 5-star in Kampala. It's called the Pearl of Africa, reflecting the nickname for Uganda. Then we have the towering building with glasses. It's called the Pension House. It's also meant to generate more income to our National Social Security Fund. Then we have Sheraton in Kampala, the Off-White building. That is the first 5-star in Uganda. Yeah. Then also have another hill, and that hill is just behind the domes. And that hill is called Makerere. That's where you find the first public university of East Africa, which is over 100 years. Yeah. So, in brief, that is Kampala, according to the 7 traditional hills. To remind you about those hills, we have hill number 1, that is Old Kampala. Hill number 2 is Mengo, where you find the palace. Hill number 3 is Rubaga, where you find the Catholic Church. Hill number 4 is Namirembe for the Anglican Church. Hill number 5 is Makerere for the university. Hill number 6 is Nakasero for the administration area. Then hill number 7 is Kibuli, where you find one of the old mosques in Kampala. When you come here, you have a lot to learn, as we have already presented to you some of this content here. And we are still pushing forward, analyzing and making more research about different sites and their significance as far as Kampala is concerned. So I can assure you, by the next time you come here, we shall have a lot more to see and also a lot more to learn from here. Thank you very much.
Is there something?
Wanted to sit down and yeah, so I was appealing to Ugandans to come while it is about to visiting the mosque and make your contribution here so that we can also be able to maintain this building here and also attract more visitors from outside to come and visit as many sites as they can afford. That would also enhance our income and make our economy grow. Yeah.
Yes, so besides the 7 hills and calling up visitors, what could you want your closing remarks to be, or is any other thing that you've probably forgotten that Ugandans or tourists should know about this mosque?
What most people should know about this mosque is that this is the first tourist attraction in Kampala. You know, our city here is very congested as of now. And some of these people normally refuse to walk around because of the congestion and the hassle they have to go through. But once these people come to this site, where we have this minaret, everybody can be able to have a 360 degrees view of the city Kampala. And to the students and the learners, when you come here, there is a lot to learn about the history of Uganda. So those are some of my remarks about this mosque, and I would be very grateful to see more Ugandans coming here because this property belongs to Ugandans.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to you that has lived in Kampala over the years and has not taken a step to visit this mosque now, make it a point. We just give you a review about it, but make sure you visit it and also get to see with your eyes. It has been religious tourism, interesting as it is. We are going to still take you to other parts of it so that you can learn so much more. And throughout this episode, to remind you, I have been dressed by Tessie Hijabs. If you want to know about their locations, find it on our social media platforms. Now, stick with us every Monday to Thursday at 7 a.m. There's so much more that we discuss regarding tourism. Make it a point to be with us, and thank you for being with us. Have a beautiful day.
Brought to you by Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
Welcome back from that segment of GMU Tourism Express on religious tourism, and thanking UTB, Uganda Tourism Board, for being a part of this journey when it comes to showing us places around our country. Religious tourism is beautiful. I, for one, have taken the opportunity to tour around the Mosque of Old Kampala, and it is beautiful. It has a detail right from its artifacts to the timber. Oh, it's worth a visit, it's worth a tour, it's worth you going there and taking that trip around that building. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful mosque it is. But it's time for business, and starting off with Matters Grow Funds, government is retouching the model for disbursing the growth opportunities and productivity for women enterprises project finances to target individual regions as it seeks to reach more marginalized women. The move follows an outcry from rural women who failed to access financing in the first disbursement of funds under the GROW project. The GROW project is a Government of Uganda project funded by the World Bank to increase access to entrepreneurial services. that enable women to grow their businesses. An outcry from rural women who failed to access the financing in the first disbursement have prompted government to revise the accessibility model to target individual regions and reach marginalized women. Over 1,000 women from the Eastern region have been trained in business skills to go along with the funding. Stakeholders have also raised concern over the stringent terms that some women have had to meet before accessing funding from the financial institutions. The GROW project empowers women to grow their businesses and improve their livelihoods. Now, moving on to outside of Uganda and Africa at that. Chip giants NVIDIA and AMD have agreed to pay the U.S. government 15% of their semiconductor sales in China. The BBC has been told by a source close to the matter. The agreement is part of a deal to secure export licenses to the world's second biggest economy. Quote unquote, we follow rules the U.S. government sets for our participation in the worldwide markets. While we haven't shipped water to China for months, we hope export control rules will let America compete in China and worldwide, NVIDIA told the BBC. AMD did not immediately respond to a request for comments, and in a statement to the BBC, NVIDIA also said America cannot repeat 5G and lose telecommunication leadership. America's artificial intelligence tech stack can be the world standard if we race under the agreement. NVIDIA will pay 15% of its revenues from water chip sales, that is H2O chip sales in China, to the U.S. government, while AMD will give the same percentage from its MI308 chip revenues, which was first reported by the Financial Times. Charlie Dye, vice president and principal analyst at global research firm Forrester, said this agreement is unprecedented. The arrangement underscores the high cost of market access amid escalating tech trade tensions, creating substantial financial pressure and strategic uncertainty for tech vendors, he added. Washington has previously banned the sale of NVIDIA's H2O chips to Beijing over security concerns, although the firm recently announced that this would be reversed. These powerful chips are used in artificial intelligence applications. Now, looking at the forex rates as of 8th August 2025, the US dollar opened at 3,560.64 and was selling at 3,570.64. By midday, it was at 3,560.55, dropped there, and selling at 3,570.55. Closed in at a drop of 3,560.00 and a sale of 3,570.00. The British pound was buying at 4,780.72 and selling at 4,794.15. And the euro was buying at 4,146.68 and selling at 4,158.33. The Kenyan shilling was 27.55 and selling at 27.63. And the Tanzanian shilling is at 1.43 and selling at 1.43. The South African rand bringing its value back up to 200.72 and selling it at 201.28. Well, that's it for the forex rates and for GMU business altogether. Good morning, Uganda. Save the number 0709602592. That way you are able to be a part of the conversations here that we have. Up next is the agenda. Good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
In a nation nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters. There exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archive stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
This August, East Africa becomes the center of African football. CHAN 2024 is here, and it's bigger than ever. 3 proud nations, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, united by football, passion, and power. From the first whistle to the final roar, 35 thrilling matches, live, only on UBC TV and radio stations. Wherever you are in Uganda, from the city to the village, UBC brings CHAN 2024 to your screen and your radio. August 2nd to August 30th, it's football like never before. 1 tournament, 1 region, 1 heartbeat. CHAN 2024, live on UBC. Feel the game, live the glory.
Pick of the day on UBC. Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby dondolo.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks Kubei Dondolo. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily or use the MyMTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
The government's core mandate is to maintain law and order, safeguard citizens' rights, and provide essential public services.
Remember, one of the pillars of a roadmap is innovation and entrepreneurship.
There has been this question of how are you protecting our indigenous seed?
It's going to be a tall project. That answers somebody's question.
The Front Bench has brought you insightful discussions on governance, security, healthcare, justice, and commerce.
Why do you go through this complicated procedure, involve the lawyers? You bring the case against him, the judge will hear you out and pass judgment, and you're out of court in record time.
We remain committed to keeping you informed and engaged on key national matters.